Good evening, and we begin tonight at 5 with a scary chase in a North Portland neighborhood this week. A mail carrier assaulted by a suspect trying to steal packages. Thank you for joining us. I'm Laurel Porter. This crime spree gets even more complicated because the suspect also assaulted a homeowner who had a package stolen from his house. Bryant Clerkley joins us now. And Bryant, you talked to the homeowner. What a story.
Yeah, Laurel, both the mail carrier and the homeowner I talked to were pepper sprayed by the suspect after they ran after him for stealing packages. Ben, the homeowner, didn't want his face shown in the story, but he says people should not be getting pepper sprayed or assaulted over packages.
On a quiet street in North Portland's Overlook neighborhood, a criminal decided to steal packages from porches and from a USPS mail carrier. Ben, who doesn't want his face shown on television, lives in the area of North Willamette and Gay Streets. He says around 6 Wednesday evening, someone stole a package from his porch.
I'm thinking I'll just find the person, call the police, let them do what they do. I'm walking down the street, I see the mail carrier. He gets into the back of his van, and I was gonna go chat with him, and next thing I know, someone approaches him from the back, grabs packages, they get into a scuffle. He starts chasing the person.
Ben says when the mail carrier started chasing the suspect, that's when he started running after as well. Ben says he assumes the same guy stole packages from his porch. During the chase, Ben says he and the mail carrier were both assaulted.
Maces the mail carrier, or Mace or something, sprayed something in his eyes, and I start chasing him. He sprays mace towards me. Luckily, I turned my face. It got me more on the side of the face, not directly in the eyes. But then I chased him for a couple blocks, called the police.
Portland police say there were several calls from the neighborhood about someone stealing packages from houses. Unfortunately, Ben does not have a good description of the guy who ended up getting away. He says the mail carrier was pretty shaken up.
Said, you know, nice guy, we live a block away, come wash your eyes out. You know, let's get this stuff out of your eyes.
Porch pirates are nothing new this time of year. One viewer sent this video in of someone stealing a package from his porch in Milwaukee. Ben says stealing packages is one thing, but assaulting someone takes it to another level. He's glad the suspect didn't have a knife or gun.
Maybe they fell on hard times, whoever. I'm not here to judge that person, but we can't be like macing each other in the streets.
According to police, the mail carrier was checked by a medical team and was not seriously injured. And if you have any information on this suspect stealing packages in the Overlook neighborhood, please contact Portland Police. And USPS did confirm that that mail carrier was back at work today, and this incident is being investigated. Laurel.
Well, we're glad no one was seriously hurt. Thank you, Bryant. Today, the city of Bend released surveillance video of the shooting at a Safeway store that left 2 people dead. This happened back in August. The video was released today because the investigation is now closed and there have been public record requests to release it. We have decided not to show it, but wanted to describe what's in the video. The entire thing is about 5 minutes long, and you can see the shooter leave his apartment near the Safeway store. The shooting starts just minutes later. He killed one shopper when he walked into the store. Then he made his way to the produce department, and that's when a heroic Safeway worker tried to stop the gunman. The shooter killed the worker and moments later took his own life. Police say the video and subsequent investigation showed no one else was involved. The Portland Thorns are just weeks removed from winning their 3rd National Women's Soccer League championship. And now the club is up for sale. Owner Merritt Paulson announced the news today. The announcement comes months after an investigation revealed a toxic culture within the soccer club. Our Mike Benner joins us from outside Providence Park. Mike, Paulson also owns the Timbers. Any plans to sell that club too?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Laurel, club supporters want Merritt Paulson to sell the Timbers as well, but right now there are no plans for that. The only plans are for Paulson to sell the Thorns, and really it should come as no surprise. You might recall back in October, Paulson removed himself as CEO of the Thorns and Timbers. The shakeup at the top of both soccer clubs coming after a months-long investigation into allegations of abuse in the NWSL. The investigation revealed a toxic culture of sexual, emotional, and verbal abuse across the league and within the Thorns organization. Former coach Paul Riley was to blame for a lot of that, but the investigation also showed patterns of misconduct by Paulson and front office staffers Gavin Wilkinson and Mike Golub, who were dismissed. A spokesperson for the Thorns said Paulson was not available to speak with us today, but he did talk to sports columnist and radio show host John Canzano. Paulson told Canzano he failed the players, specifically the ones subjected to the abuse, and he failed in the handling of former coach Paul Riley as well. Listen.
I don't know if I'd be able to start with anything, but I'm sorry. I mean, there's no excuse for that coach ever working another day. He shouldn't have been working to begin with, and certainly never should have worn a Portland Thorns badge. We could have done more and we could have done better, and they were failed by institutions and people, and I think the league's going to be stronger coming out of this.
Case in point, the NWSL commissioner is establishing a player safety office for the league, and we can tell you that Merritt Paulson is donating $1 million to that work. Laurel?
Thank you, Mike. Multnomah County is moving forward with a proposal to ban selling flavored tobacco and nicotine products. Commissioners voted in favor of it today during a first reading. They'll look at over a second time on December 15th. If it ultimately passes, the ban would start in January of 2024. Supporters say the goal is to keep tobacco away from kids and teens. Opponents worry about the impact on businesses. Washington County passed a similar ban last year, but a judge overturned it. The county is now appealing that decision. This week, the Portland City Council put $27 million toward getting Mayor Ted Wheeler's homeless program going. And in a press release, the mayor called on Multnomah County to spend more on the program, citing over-collected resources. So what does that mean exactly? We got our Tim Gordon to figure it out for us. Tim?
Yeah, Laurel, this put up a red flag for us because resources in this case is tax money, and over-collected, well, that just doesn't sound good. So some background here. This has to do with the supportive housing services tax that Metro voters approved in May of 2020 to help end homelessness in Multnomah, Washington, and Clackamas counties. It taxes high-income earners and larger businesses at 1% for 10 years. Originally, Metro estimated it would raise $250 million a year, but then the pandemic happened, and with the economy hurt, Metro lowered its expectations. So for 2021, the first year of tax collection, Metro ultimately lowered the expected amount to $130 million, so counties could set budgets. But the 2021 tax collection for this turned out to be more than $235 million, so counties had more to work with. Here's where the mayor's news release comes in, suggesting the county has over $33 million in both overcollected and underspent resources. They had more than was forecast, but were people overtaxed? Metro says not at all.
It's not fair to call it an overtax, but it really is a sign of a healthy economy and a sign that our recovery out of COVID is doing better, at least for the high income earners and large businesses that are paying this tax around the region.
Now, it is true that Multnomah County has more available to spend on the mayor's plan. We may hear if that's how they want to spend it on December 15th. And by the way, the money collected has been at work this year to help get 1,600 people off the streets and help 9,000 more with rent and eviction protection services. Laurel.
Thank you, Tim, for clearing that up for us.